There comes a moment in a man's life when God stops speaking to where he is and starts speaking to where he's going. And when that happens, the first thing God deals with is not your future but your wounds. Because no man rises higher than the damage he refuses to face. And if you're watching this right now, this message found you for a reason. You've asked God for elevation, but before he elevates you, he heals you. So take a moment, breathe, and lean in. This might be one of the most important messages you hear all year. Before we dive deeper, like this video so YouTube sends this message to another man who needs healing. Wound 1, the wound of silent pain. Every man carries a pain he never spoke about. Not because he didn't feel it, but because he didn't want to burden anyone with it. Men grow up hearing things like, "Don't cry. Be strong. Handle it. Man up." So instead of expressing the wound, he learns how to hide the wound. He becomes emotionally silent. He overworks. He distracts himself. He pushes life at 150%. But inside, he's bleeding. Silent pain is dangerous because it builds quietly. It becomes anger, or numbness, or distance, or distrust, or coldness. And before God elevates a man, he brings this pain to the surface, not to embarrass him but to free him. God cannot bless the version of you that pretends everything is fine. Elevation requires honesty, even if the honesty feels uncomfortable. Sometimes God isolates a man, not because he's punishing him, but because he wants to heal the pain no one else can see. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted. Psalm 34:18. He sees what you never said, and he's not ignoring it. He's healing it. Wound 2. The wound of failed leadership. At some point, every man has failed at something he tried to lead. A relationship, a family, a business, a goal, a season of life, a responsibility he wasn't ready for. Men carry these failures like quiet scars, and even though they move forward on the outside, on the inside they wonder, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I wasn't made to lead. Maybe I'm all potential and no results. Maybe I'm all potential and no results. But here's the truth. God uses failure to build the character required for leadership. Failure humbles a man. It teaches responsibility, wisdom, and discipline. It forces him to grow into the version of himself that can actually carry elevation. Before God elevates you, he heals the fear of leading again. He heals the fear of repeating past mistakes. He heals the fear of not being enough. Because the man God is raising you to become cannot lead while looking backward. Let go of the failure. Keep the lesson. God is not done with your leadership story. Before we continue, subscribe to the channel so you never miss these healing messages specifically for men. Wound 3, the wound of betrayal. Betrayal hits men differently. Men don't just lose trust, they lose direction. They lose belief in their own judgment. Maybe it was a friend who switched sides, a relationship that lied or cheated, a family member who left you standing alone, someone you carried who never carried you back. Betrayal makes a man feel stupid for caring. It makes him close off, shut down, and move through life like nobody deserves access to his heart. But hear this. God heals betrayal not by making you forget what happened, but by removing the bitterness, the fear, and the self-blame attached to it. Betrayal is not a sign that you're dumb, it's a sign that you have a pure heart in a broken world. And before God elevates you, he removes the emotional poison that betrayal planted. He teaches you discernment without turning you into a cold, guarded version of yourself. Some people had to betray you because their removal was the healing. Wound 4. The wound of identity. Every man reaches a moment where he doesn't know who he is anymore. a man starts questioning everything. Who am I without a relationship? Who am I without success? Who am I without money? Who am I without validation? Who am I without people depending on me? These identity wounds hit men silently because men find identity in roles: provider, protector, leader, worker, fixer. But God is not elevating your role. He's elevating you. And sometimes God strips a man of the very things he found identity in so he can discover the identity God wrote for him. Before elevation, God heals. Insecurity, self-doubt, perfectionism, comparison. The need to prove yourself, the fear of not being enough. A man who knows his identity in God cannot be shaken by applause or silence. This is why God invests so heavily in identity before he elevates a man into purpose. You are not defined by what you lost. You are defined by what survived. Wound 5, the wound of delayed purpose. This is the hardest wound for most men. You thought you'd be further by now. More successful, more stable, more focused, more accomplished, more at peace. Delay feels like failure, and men take delay personally. But delay is not punishment, it's preparation. When God delays a man's purpose, he's strengthening his discipline, he's maturing his spirit, he's teaching him patience, he's building resilience, he's removing distractions, he's shaping character. God delays purpose until the inside of a man matches the future. God is preparing for him. You are not behind. You are becoming. And when God finally elevates you, you'll understand why he took his time. If you're watching this until the end, you're in a season where God is healing you deeply. You're not broken. You're not forgotten. You're not failing. You're being prepared. Elevation requires healing first. And God is working on wounds you didn't know still existed. Let him work. Let him restore you. Let him rebuild the man inside you. If this message touched you, like this video, subscribe, and share it with another man who needs healing today. Your elevation is coming. But first, God is healing the man he's about to lift.